You've been asking the wrong question your entire life. Is she the right woman? Science says that's not the first question your brain asks. The first question is far more dangerous. Does she feel familiar? Because the people who hurt you the most almost always do. And once you understand why, you'll never look at attraction the same way again. Your brain doesn't chase what's healthy. It chases what's familiar. And sometimes, those are complete opposites. You've probably heard people say, when you know, you know. But neuroscience tells a very different story. The strongest emotional connection isn't always the safest one. In fact, your brain can mistake anxiety for attraction, chaos for passion, and unpredictability for chemistry. That's why the relationships that feel the most intense are often the ones that leave the deepest scars. Because your brain isn't asking, is this person good for me? It's asking, have I survived this feeling before? And that single mistake changes who you fall in love with. Imagine meeting two women. The first is calm, consistent, easy to talk to. She replies when she says she will. She keeps her word. Being around her feels peaceful. The second is different. One day she's warm, the next, she disappears. One message makes you feel unstoppable. The next leaves you questioning everything. Guess which one your brain obsesses over? Usually, the second. Not because she's better, because she's unpredictable. Behavioral psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement. It's the same reward pattern that keeps people pulling slot machines. Your brain doesn't know when the next reward is coming, so it keeps chasing. Every reply feels like winning. Every silence makes you want her more. It isn't love, it's a reward loop. People think chemistry predicts compatibility. It doesn't. Chemistry answers one question. Do I feel something? Compatibility answers another. Can we build a life together? Those are not the same question. You can have explosive chemistry with someone who destroys your peace, and you can have quiet chemistry with someone who changes your life. Researchers have repeatedly found that the intensity of early attraction does not reliably predict long-term relationship satisfaction. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." If your thoughts keep telling you that intensity equals love, your heart will keep choosing chaos. Here's something uncomfortable. You don't always choose the person you need. You often choose the person your nervous system recognizes. If love felt unpredictable growing up, calm may feel boring. If attention had to be earned, consistency may feel suspicious. Your body isn't asking, is this healthy? It's asking, have I felt this before? That's why some men lose interest the moment they meet someone emotionally available, not because she's wrong, because she's unfamiliar. Psychologists call this attachment theory. The relationships you experienced early in life shape what your nervous system expects from intimacy. Healing begins when you stop asking, who gives me butterflies, and start asking, who gives me peace? After 2 dates, you don't know her. You know your imagination. She likes hiking, so you assume she's adventurous. She smiles a certain way, so you assume she's kind. She texts good morning, so you imagine what life together would be like. Your brain fills every missing piece with hope. Psychologists call this the halo effect. One attractive quality spreads across everything else. You stop seeing who she is and start seeing who you want her to become. Seneca warned, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. The same is true in relationships. Most heartbreak doesn't come from losing the real person. It comes from losing the future you invented. Real love begins when the fantasy ends. Here's the mistake almost everyone makes. They judge a relationship by how it begins instead of how it survives. Anyone can be charming for 3 weeks. Character appears when life becomes difficult, when plans fall apart, when stress takes over, when disappointment walks into the room. That's when masks disappear. The strongest relationships aren't built by people who never argue. They're built by people who know how to argue without becoming enemies. The Gottman Institute spent decades studying thousands of couples. Their conclusion was simple. Long-term success wasn't predicted by passion. It was predicted by respect, by repair after conflict, by choosing understanding over winning. Love isn't measured by your best days. It's measured by your worst ones. Real love rarely feels like a movie. It feels like peace, like someone who keeps their promises, who remembers the little things, who stays when life stops being exciting. Your nervous system may call that boring. Your future will call it priceless. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together. But do so with all your heart. Not blindly, not desperately, but consciously. Because chemistry opens the door. Character decides who gets to stay. So before you ask, do I feel the spark? Ask something better. Do I feel safe enough to be myself? One question builds fantasy. The other builds a future. Tell me in the comments, have you ever confused chemistry with love? I'd genuinely like to hear your story. And remember, the strongest relationships aren't the loudest. They're the most consistent. Stay stoic.